Well, hello, everybody. I'm Heather Lockett, and welcome to Lasting Conversations. I am still on the road this summer, and I am with and thrilled to be here via Zoom with none other than Kathleen Haden and John Anthony of Good Vibration Sound Company. They are spectacular. The work they do is spectacular. They're dear friends of mine. We're colleagues. We get to vibe and play together. And welcome, you guys. Thanks for being in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. So, Good Vibrations Music Company, I'm going to give you guys the microphone because you are old pros. You've been helping people in service for years and years with music therapies, with vibrational therapies, with float therapies that I have been able to join in, and we have witnessed miracles with that. We might get into that a little later in our discussion, working with the Alzheimer's communities, the neurodifferent communities. You guys have worked with the Alzheimer's Association. The work that you do with your physical therapy backgrounds, and you work with people in the water, it's extensive. Your resumes are absolutely extensive. And John, you're a master carpenter. You guys are a powerhouse. And I want to hear, and we all are just ready to hear what you guys have in store for us. And part of why we're here this week has to do with, we're going to have Calm number 2. We started with Ann Vlahos last week with Calm. And this has to get into what you all are here for as well, which is bringing a sense of stability, calm, and fun for people as they're going through things, either physically, emotionally, psychologically. And so this is why we're here also today, to help people find other resources and tools that perhaps they may not have thought about. So welcome, and take it away.
Well, it started from a background of us being therapists, that we started exploring ways to introduce music to people via the water. And so I'm going to let John kind of back up to that, because let him kind of talk about how you got involved in frequencies, and then how we put the frequencies with the water.
I started working with someone who was using frequencies in an electromagnetic way. They weren't audio frequencies. They were frequencies that you held onto a couple of electrodes, and they put frequencies through you. You were just completing the circuit. It was nothing you could hear. It was basically something that was just dialed up. And they worked with a computer program that was very advanced for the time. This was 15, 20 years ago. And I asked the question of what do the numbers mean? What do these frequency numbers mean? And the lady that was operating the machine said, well, they're in hertz. I said, well, like musical notes are in hertz. Sound is in hertz. And she says, yeah, it's the same thing. These numbers are the same whether they're electromagnetic or whether you're hearing them. So I thought, well, gosh, we could put those in a musical way. We could use those as something that you could do in an audio way you listen to them. And we were doing a program that was in the water at the time, and I thought, well, that would be interesting to add frequencies to the water. And so that's how Good Vibrations was really born. We started out doing something that we could put in the water for our therapy program. And people liked the music, and they asked us, where can we get the music? So the long and short of it is that's how Good Vibrations music started, was just from that.
Well, that's wonderful. So talking about the float and having the frequencies in the water, I have to say that's one of the best massages you'll ever have, because you're just feeling it from the inside out for sure. And that's where, when you've done float therapies and float sessions with people, that can really help if they've had surgeries and hip issues and joints. All kinds of things. And also where I was so honored, and it can feel downright miraculous, medicinally, where we've been with the folks at Sea Turtle Adventures and the people that have the neuro differences. And there was one person in particular, very almost non-functional, a very sweet soul, but being in the water, and he was very agitated. And by the end of the session, and with Kathleen's guidance, with the physicality and just being with the vibrations and having that physicality with being together, he literally just relaxed. And the grown-ups, his mom, the people who were his advisors, there were tears because they'd never seen him so relaxed. It just shifted everything for him. And that to me, it was such an honor to be there and as a helper. But this is how incredible the work is that you all do and that you help.
Well, we're incubated in water, so it's nothing new for us. It takes us 9 months to hatch out of a kind of a bag full of water.
That's right.
And when we're 75% water when we come out of that bag. So, water is in our DNA, and really a great.
The reason we love the water is because you float in the water. Your organs float, your skin floats, your cells float. And so there's nothing that is kind of attached. It's all floating. And then you have the waves from the music and the frequencies that are encompassing you in that body. And so you're really back in the womb in that cocoon. And so when you enter into the water and you have these flotation devices on you and you're listening to the music, it brings back trauma. It brings back memories that were attached to those organs, so you can release them once and for all without having to do anything but float.
Let's go ahead and talk about what it is. You have speakers and you're talking about music, and John, you're a composer. You also do sound concerts for people out in the public. And so it's almost like taking the therapy out into a bigger spectrum. So tell us about the sound concerts and some of the things that you're going to be having coming up.
Well, we're very excited about, we've been doing concerts at the planetarium for the last 5 years.
Right.
Maybe a little bit longer. And it holds 70 people, and you're in this beautiful dome, and you're having this cocoon of sound again. And you played bowls, we do meditations, we have different musicians come in. And so one of our dreams that we kept hearing from one of our mentors, was to do sound concerts that would affect a lot of people. So our musician team came together just recently and decided to do that first concert where we can affect almost 500 people. And from there, we hope that concert will just travel throughout the world with other musicians and other people that are doing sound and healing, because that's what's going to heal our planet, is by raising the consciousness. We have to raise the vibration of our planet to become one of all unconditional love. And so our music we are not an entertainment group. We do brainwave entrainment.
And does it get into the heart?
It's not going to be like a Garth Brooks show or like somebody out there on tour. That is not what you're going to get.
Sure. But it's part of the heart brain the coherence, right?
Right.
So it's a lot of fun. And again, it's being like a symphony. Symphonies, when people go to symphonic concerts, and yes, for some, the rock concerts also, but the symphonies, they have that way of just transporting us into feeling amazing and relaxed, and bringing us out of our everyday lives. And there's such a beautiful community in that. So what you are bringing forward are just beautiful, and your musicians, beautiful harmonics and symphonies that tap into our body, minds, and souls. That's where it becomes what you said about the consciousness. It helps to bring that level of calm and that coherence, heart math coherence, and that then can help ripple affect the rest of humanity. But on a Friday night, go have fun and feel the music medicine that way too.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's plenty of entertainment out there. That's something that we just leave to other musicians. The thing that we do and the music that we create is something that affects people on a different level. We're not going to sing you your favorite song. It's going to be something you can hum along with it, but that's not what it's meant to do. It's meant to really help you get centered and give you some frequencies that you may not have or you may be lacking in that can help you to have a better day.
That's right.
And that's important for just all of us in a daily life. These are something that is beneficial. All music is beneficial for you if you enjoy it. It doesn't matter what it is. If you like it, it's going to do some good for you. This is just music that starts out to just do some good for you, and that's our approach. We let everybody else handle the entertaining, and we want to just make you feel better.
Yay, good. And Kathleen, you guys also, you have two other avenues of this that people can enjoy. You've got downloads online, and because you're also part of a nonprofit. So you can speak to that as well, where you have gifted for the Alzheimer's Association. Your work has been vast with lots of different groups, but you have speakers that people can purchase. You have downloads online, and you also have these platform boards and other ways of having the vibrations and having these tones come to people. And tell us more about those.
Well, when we first started our Good Vibrations music company, we didn't think we could ever get the name. Mm-hmm. And when we did, we really wanted to look at music companies from a new perspective. And so when we decided to form our corporation, we decided we want it to be a nonprofit so we could give away our music and products to those in need. And so we picked 4 charities that we support all the time. But if it's something you need, we give it to you. It doesn't really matter. Just text us, whatever. We give away a lot because that is really our service to others, is giving this music to someone that can help it. And our charities are Autism and PTSD and Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and trauma. Right. And so if you have someone with any of those needs, just reach out. You can grab them on the website. There's no fee to them or anything. And they're hour-long CDs that they can listen to just calm them down. They're doing a lot of studies on the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's patients. We're in the Medical Sound Association, where they do all the research that supports what we do. Mm-hmm. They are finding that people go back to a certain note or a certain sound of an instrument, and it might bring them out of that condition that they have been suffering through just for that moment in time, because it's a remembrance of music and their heart and their song. And that might be the note they're missing. And so they continue to play that note to them, and the miracles that are happening with reversing this disease or condition is just unbelievable. You can read about it. Anyone can join the Medical Sound Association. If you work in this arena or you want to know more or how it's being affected with sound, you can go to their website and join, and they have monthly meetings and they research everything. And that's where not all of our research, but a lot of our research comes through. So we developed some products that play our music. The number one product that we developed was this vibrational speaker. And we were blessed enough to be able to work with this company, and they allow our music on their speaker. And because it is a vibrational, when you turn it on, it plays our music, but you can use it as a massage tool. You can use it on, if you have your elbows hurting, you can, and it will just soften that fascia and maybe release that tension a little bit so you can unwind.
Beautiful.
So,
should we try having a few seconds of the speaker? Do you think some of that will come through for us?
I don't know if it will come through, but okay. I can sure try.
Kathleen and John were showing us their speaker. And as for this Zoom, unfortunately, we weren't able to play the music. But Kathleen, you are saying that people can go to your website to experience.
Mm-hmm. Right, to try any of our music that's on our website.
Right.
There's also some free downloads. We always have free music there. You can just download whatever we have available. It's free of charge.
That's great. What is it that you guys would like to say to folks that might be feeling a certain way these days, between fires and we won't even talk into politics, but just there's a lot with the weather alone, and people are feeling pretty shaky with their jobs or certain turmoils. And again, this is your wheelhouse of helping people find their center and finding other ways. Is there something that you'd like to say? Because you're always so helpful and cheery, and even when I've had my moments on the road, and I know you guys have shit days too. We all do, but within that, there's this core of joy and happy and life affirming affirmament.
Well, we don't have to, we don't have to live in a fear-based society, and we do. It's ingrained in us. We just get hammered with the fear factor 24/7, and we try to live in gratitude and not in fear. There's nothing to be afraid of, but people just need to really try to shake that. That's my own personal opinion. But the fear aspect in our society is maximized, and I think it doesn't need to be that way.
And the way I would add to that is that people are controlled by media. And my first piece of advice, and we do this ourselves, other than having Zoom meetings or doing our business online, we limit screen time. We don't watch a lot of TV, and we don't watch anything mainstream on TV if we do watch something. And we are surrounded by nature and water. And that, I think, is the key, is that you have to go back into nature, whether it's your backyard, whether it's going to a park, and just absorb the frequencies and listen to the nature and get into that calm space where you can take 6 deep breaths and go, everything's going to be okay, because you are never alone. And we are all beings connected together through love. And I think when you go back into that heart space, like you were talking with heart math, and really finding your heart and opening it to others and finding love and compassion, most of all for yourself, then you can handle the external a lot easier.
That's right.
Well, love is the one spot where you're unafraid.
That's right. Love is the one spot that we are unafraid. Exactly.
Right. So if you love at the forefront.
That's true. That's true. Where can we find you guys? Tell us the websites and some of the other things, and mention about your speakers again, what they're called.
Okay. Our website is www.goodvibrationsmusic.co.com. And our speakers, you can just go to our product line and they'll pop right up. They're called the vibrational speakers. We also have a vibrational table, a platform. And starting in August, we are releasing our curriculum on taking a journey through sound with us and raising consciousness. So if anyone's wanting to learn more about it and go on a personal journey, because that's what it's going to be, is a personal journey using sound to get through that journey.
Wonderful. John, how about you? Do you have any one last nugget for us all?
As a company, we try to just keep creating and trying to put relevant material out there. And that's really what we're focusing.
Good. I appreciate you both so much as my friends, as my colleagues, as my resource while I've been on the road in my own crazy time. So thank you. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Please be sure to like, follow, review, and share this podcast. And if you'd like to be part of the conversations, send emails to podcast@lastingconversations.com and find us on Facebook at Lasting Conversations. This is Lasting Conversations. We get to the heart of everything.